Good morning, children. Today we are going to continue the lesson, that is Oliver asked for more. In the previous class, I had taught you that Oliver was joined in a orphanage like by the church committee. The warden was looking after him and he was staying there. And after a few days, the board or the committee who are ruling that orphanage called Oliver to attend in front of him. So when he was asked to attend, Oliver was, it's an unexpected thing that he was not asked for. So he don't know what it is, whether it's a good news or bad news, he don't know. And finally by the Badil, he was taken to the room, white room, where a few 8 to 10 gentlemen were sitting there, one man with a red face sitting on a high chair. So after going there, Oliver was asked a few questions and then he was trying to answer, and sometimes when he was unable to answer, one of the man bet him on his head with a cane, and Oliver started crying. The beadle gave him a hit on the head. And then the gentleman started asking that, you are an orphan, and Oliver is not knowing what is an orphan. So there the boy was turning like a fool because he is not knowing the meaning of answer. And so he said, when the gentleman was asking, shh, said the gentleman who had spoke first. Till that we had it in the last class. Now let's continue from there. Shh, said the gentleman who had spoke first. You have got no father, no mother, and that you are brought up by the parish. Weren't you? Parish means here, that you are not having a father, you are not having a mother, you are an orphan. Orphan means not having parents. You are brought here to this house by the parish. Parish means church. You are brought by the church committee. In Christianity, the church will have the board of members who will run the church. So Oliver was brought by the church committee people to this house to stay, or to this orphanage. You know that you are an orphan, you are brought by the parish, weren't you? Then Oliver said, yes sir. Yes sir, he said. What he said? Yes sir, replied, weeping bitterly. Bitterly, B-I-T-T-E-R-L-Y. He was weeping very bitterly. Here, weeping here means, children, that's crying loudly, and he was telling, he was not, yes sir. After telling that, after replying, he was weeping bitterly. What are you crying for? Inquired the gentleman with a white coat. The white coat who is wearing, the man was asking, what for you're crying? What for you're crying? That's what the man asked Oliver. I hope you say you prepare everything, said another gentleman in a gruff voice. You got the word G-R-U-F-F. The meaning of gruff is rough. R-O-U-G-H. Rough voice. I hope you say you prepares everything. Hi, said another gentleman in a gruff voice, and you pray for the people who feed you and take care of you like a Christian. The man was telling everything is given here, and when you pray to your God, you are a Christian. Oliver is a Christian, and when you are praying to your God who is feeding you, and ikkada evaraithe bhojanam pedutunnaro వాళ్ళ గురించి కూడా you have to pray in your prayers, being a Christian. That's what the man who sat in a gruff voice or a rough voice said. Yes sir, stammered the boy. Yes sir, I pray sir. who are giving me this food in this orphanage or in this home, I pray for them also, sir. That's the meaning, yes, sir. Stammered, stammered, Stammered. Stammered here mean children, okay, spoke with difficulty. Okay, sometimes when somebody asks you, when you're crying, you don't answer it properly. Okay, you try to speak with difficulty, you stop and again you speak. That's the meaning of stammered here. Yes, sir, I remember, sir. The boy said, well, you have come here to be educated and taught a useful trade. The man was telling, Oliver, you are brought up here. What for, you know? You are going to learn, or we are going to teach you, okay, how to go with the trade. Trade means business. You are brought here, you will be trained here how to do the business and then leave, said the red-faced gentleman in a high chair. So you'll begin to pick up oakum, Oakum, Oakum. So from tomorrow you have to pick up the oakum. Oakum means a rope. From the rope, when you lose it, a kind of fiber, దాంట్లో నుంచి piece వస్తుంది. You have to pick up that fiber from tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. That is the work you have to do. Added, surely one in the white waistcoat person said, you have to do that work from tomorrow 6 o'clock. You have to do the oakum. A rope, when you lose the rope, you get a kind of fiber. You have to pick up that loose fiber. That's what the white coat waist man said. Okay? Oliver bowed low, directed by the beadle, and was then hurried away to the large ward, where on a rough hard bed he sobbed, okay, himself sleeping. So after that, the beadle again said, the beadle means the church, head of the church said, you have to bow again, respect those people by bowing your head low, the beadle said, and then he was then hurried to a large wardroom. Large wardroom means a room or a hall, like ward means hall. And then Oliver went and he slept on a hard and a rough bed and started sobbing or sobbed. Okay, he started sobbing and then went to sleep. Sobbed means it's also one way of crying. Ekkilli pettesadane sobbed under. So he started crying on the hard rough bed and went to sleep. Poor Oliver, as he lay sleeping unconscious and everything around him, the board had taken a decision that he would change the course of his life. So Oliver went onto the bed and then he slept on the bed. He forgot, he became unconscious, means he went to deep sleep. Okay, everything around him he forgot. The board had taken a decision that he would change the course of his life. The board, the members there, 8 to 10 members are there. They took a decision that he will be changing his life. The members of this board were very wise and philosophical as they turned their attention to the workhouse or orphan home. The members of this board are very wise men, and they philosophically they think everything they know because they are wise. Philosophically they put into practice because they have experienced a number of children like this in the orphanages or the workhouse. Workhouse means orphan home. They discovered that it was a regular place of the public entertainment for poor classes. Oliver is from a poor family or a poor class. So what happened here, children? The board people are knowing that the people like orphan people or poor class people, they come to this orphanage only for entertainment, for enjoying. They don't want to do any work. That's what the board came to know. It was the place where they had breakfast, dinner, tea and supper. So these people, they come here, they don't do any work, they eat breakfast, they eat lunch, they eat dinner, they drink tea. All the year round they do all these things, okay, and they are free without any work. That's what these wise men or philosophical men came to know, that they are eating, they are enjoying in the workhouse or in the orphan home, they are sleeping, no, okay, they are free all the time. Where it was all play and no work. In this orphanage, no work, all the time playing. That's what the board came to know. This was really shocking state of affair, that they were of the opinion that the poor should given only work, to alternative, either to start quickly outside the workhouse or gradually inside, with a view plan that they decided to intimate. So what happened here, children? The board people came to know that they are simply wasting time. So this was really a shocking state of the affair. So the board came to know that this really shocked the board people. They were now they got an opinion that the poor should be given two alternative choices they want to give children. One choice is either they have to starve outside the workhouse, orphanage outside only, they have to starve without food outside the or gradually inside the house. If they are staying inside the house, they will be given little food, slowly they will go, they will become weak. With this plan, they decided the inmates means ikkada orphans. Inmates means here these orphans of the workhouse would be issued, who are staying inside the workhouse or outside the workhouse. They are given a choice. The people who will be staying inside the house will be given a meal with a thin gruel, 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 a liquid with little rice or oats. In Telugu we call it as ganji. That's the meaning of gruel. So they will be given only twice a gruel, ganji, with a little rice inside that, and thin gruel a day, only once in a day, with an onion twice a week. Roski ఒకసారి ganji, వారంలో 2 సార్లు onion they wants to give, because they are reducing the food quantity. For the first 6 months after Oliver Twist was moved in, the system was in full. So Oliver came to the orphanage, and after 6 months this plan was implemented, was in full operation. It came. As the result, during this, the members of the workhouse or the orphans got smaller, and inmates themselves shrank, means SHRANK. Shrank means become thin, since they are given very less food. These people in the orphanage become very thin. Shrank means become thin in size and become very thinner and thinner they became. Since they are given very less food, only once in a day, a thin gruel and 2 onions in a week, since the food is very little, the inmates, the orphans became very weak. The room in which the boys were fed or feed was a large stone hall. The place where these children are given food, it's a big hall with a big copper bowl. In the room, there will be a corner copper, COPPR, copper bowl out on the patra, pedda vanta patra. In the room, it's a big hall. Of one side of which the master will be standing there, dressed in opron, OPRON, opron అంటే వంట ఉండే చఫ్ వేసుకుంటాడు చూడండి ఎదురు కూర మరకలు పడకుండా, that's called as opron. So the man who dressed is wearing a opron, the purpose to assist one after another, So this man ki two women were there to give them serve the food. Okay, ladle is the long spoon, L-A-D, lad, L-A-D-L-A, lad. Ladle means a long spoon will be there for serving. Okay, and the gruel means ganji, and only in the meal time, in the afternoon. Okay, of this festive, okay, composition, festive means during the festival time, each boy had one basin full and no more that. On the festival season, full basin will be given to the children only on the festival time. Great occasions or public rejoicing when he had 2 ounces extra istaru. Okay, great public rejoicing means, okay, enjoying or occasion time lo 2 ounces more will be given, and a quarter of a bread besides, and little quarter of the bread will be given. Okay, that's during the occasion time or enjoying time. The basin never wanted washing. This basin will be never washed, children. Why? Because the boys polished them with their spoons till they shone again. ఆ పాత్రని వీళ్ళు కడగాల్సిన పని లేదు వంట వాళ్ళు, ఎందుకంటే పిల్లలు స్పూన్ తీసుకొని దాంట్లో ఉన్న గంజి మెతుకులు అన్నీ కూడా తుడిసేస్తారు. బికాస్ ద చిల్డ్రన్ ఆర్ వెరీ hungry. The children are very hungry. When they had performed this operation, they would sit starving at the copper bowl. So after cleaning that, వాళ్ళ పాత్రలన్నీ నాకేసుకున్న తర్వాత ఈ బౌల్కి వెళ్ళే చూసేవాళ్ళు. Then be again staring at the, looking at the bowl, okay, with because they are very hungry, because they are giving very little, okay. With such eager eyes as they could have devoured. Devoured means ate hungrily the big bowl itself and everything in it finished. At the same time, they sucked, okay, sucked means here nakatam. They sucked their fingers, okay, if something left, గంజిలా కానీ మెతుకు కానీ ఏదైనా ఉంటే దాన్ని కూడా ఏళ్ళు కూడా నాకేసేవాళ్ళంట. Okay, they sucked. At the same time, they sucked, okay, their fingers most carefully to catch up and spray splashes of gruel. ఎక్కడన్నా కాస్త కుస్త గంజి ఉంటుందేమో, మెతుకులు ఉంటాయేమో అవి కూడా నాకేసేవాళ్ళంట. Okay, stuck in the fingers or onto the fingers. Boys have generally excellent appetite. Generally, boys will have more hunger. Appetite means A-P-P-E-T-I-T-E. Appetite, A-P-P-E-T-I-T. Appetite means having more hunger. Boys will have more hunger compared with boys. Oliver Twist and his companions offered, okay, I think we'll stop it here and then continue tomorrow, children. Okay, thank you. I'll be sending you some meanings, okay, and I'll send you the pictures of what I have taught. Maybe some of the children may not have the textbooks, so read them and learn the meanings, okay, and then if it is possible, you try to write in your notebooks. Thank you.